Well, there's an article in the New York Times, believe it or not, that compares President Trump's visit to Iowa last night, to Ron DeSantis' visit on Friday. And Ron DeSantis, a rising star, he hasn't put his name in the hat yet running for president, but Donald J. Trump has. So he goes to downtown Davenport in Iowa. And DeSantis got 1,000 people for his speech on Friday. Granted, it was an icy morning.
It was a book signing, wasn't it?
That's right, book signing. And then Trump, he arrived yesterday. He spoke last night, and people were lining up at 7 a.m. for this event. They lined up for 11 hours. Ron DeSantis' crowd was 1,000 people, and Trump's facility sat 2,400 people.
So it's fascinating to see, because Trump is going after Ron DeSantis, saying he wants to mess with Social Security and Medicare. He also trying to label him as a Jeb Bush, Paul Ryan Republican.
Mitt Romney yesterday.
And also, he has mentioned to me, I asked Ron DeSantis, too, are you worried about being labeled before you get in? And he said, no. He goes, I'm looking to stand on my track record. Trump's retort yesterday was, by the way, Florida was going great before Ron DeSantis. Rick Scott had done a great job with it. People like Florida because of the weather. And by the way, you were saying about Mike Pence. Mike Pence over the weekend said history will hold Donald Trump responsible for January 6th. But Pence's retort was?
Well, you mean Donald Trump's retort?
Yeah,
yesterday, he responded, according to this article, by blaming Mr. Pence for the Capitol attack and mocking his single-digit polling in hypothetical primary polls. Mr. Pence has not said whether he will run for president in 2024.
You cannot blame Mike Pence for what happened on January 6th.
Well, Donald Trump did yesterday. Listen, Donald Trump is going after Ron DeSantis. There for a minute, I was thinking of all the nicknames that he's already given him, which are crazy, because he probably, at this point in the trajectory toward the election of 2024, is the biggest threat. So nonetheless, Mr. Trump wound up going to Iowa, a state where they had the caucuses in 2016. He actually came in second to Ted Cruz, I do believe. So here he is, a little bit last night yesterday in Davenport, talking about the state of the affairs around the world and Russia and China and things that can go haywire. Watch.
The Biden administration has driven Russia right into the arms of China, something that is unacceptable. When you're a child studying history, the one thing you learn is you never want Russia and China to get together and form an alliance. Biden has done that. We're in a position now that we have problems that I don't think we've ever had a more dangerous time for this country and for the world. I don't think there's ever been, again, it has to do with weaponry, but I don't believe there has ever been a time like we're in right now. What they've done to our country in 2 years is unthinkable. It's unthinkable. Standing before you today, I am the only candidate who can make this promise. I will prevent World War III.
Well, he also is on a bit of a roll. Since he went and visited East Palestine, stopped having lunch with white supremacists, and has got a very disciplined message. According to the Emerson poll, he's got 73% approval rating among Republicans with high school degrees or below. And he's winning in almost every state outside California. And I'll add this to it. It would be interesting if he does not win Iowa, and you go to and Governor Sununu gets into New Hampshire, and Governor Sununu is so popular, winning 3 terms as governor there. He could be out and on a bit of a roll. This is the most disciplined I've ever seen him, even compared to 2016. If you see his team, you get text messages every day about policy, not such and such is a jerk, or this person has nickname. There are policy things coming out, so it seems very organized. And if you look at, though, when the primaries start rolling out, if he is not strong in Iowa and Sununu's popular in New Hampshire, he might have to wait 2 events in order to win. And I assume it's going to be South Carolina and then Nevada.
But, you know, we've been hearing he's going to have all this momentum to get going. So if he doesn't finish big in the first couple of races, it's like, hey, what's going on? Vivek Ramaswamy was with us just about a half an hour ago. We were talking to him a little bit about the bank failures. He also thinks at this point in the game, Donald Trump, the one to beat.
I think Trump is the one to beat. I mean, he's the one who's been the United States president. I think that people are looking at, look, how can I get the kind of results and really breaking of the system that Donald Trump delivered in 2015 or 2016? And I think another thing people are hungry for is the outsider. I'm actually going to make a prediction here. I think it's going to be a tradition in the GOP to be the party of nominating the outsider, because running the executive branch of the government, if you come from the system, is a very difficult job to then break that system. I think it's going to become a new tradition in our party, and I think that'll be good for us.
Well, be good for him.
And you said that to him and he smiled.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is interesting, right? That, I mean, you hear some people say they want something different from Donald Trump. They want someone that doesn't do the nicknames and all of that. But then you watch him when he's speaking, like in Iowa, people are waiting 11 hours. They're draped in American flags. And one person had they were passing out T-shirts or bootlegging pro-Trump T-shirts that said Jesus, Trump, and freedom.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're making money.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
It's gearing up.
Yeah,
Stay tuned.
I would say so far this is the best, most organized start that Donald Trump has had over the last 3 times.
But regarding the entire race, it is still super early because the majority of the people we anticipate will get in still are not.
And you don't think DeSantis until May, right?
That's what they say after his legislative session. But July is the first debate. I mean, that's coming up quick. So it's going to be exciting.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.